One of the things that I'm aware of with chromatic harmonicas, but I don't really know the words to describe it, is a characteristic of harps called the arc of responsiveness. It's not total volume. That's one characteristic, the lowest volume note you can play and the highest. That would be one parameter of the instrument. Another one would be how much breath it takes to give you that. But another one, the arc of responsiveness, is how many different volumes can you play on a given instrument under complete control. One of the pluses of the Psardo Elite harp is that it has a very wide arc of responsiveness. I believe it takes a little bit more breath to play at full volume, but the arc of responsiveness is very, very minute. Changes in volume are possible over a wide arc, that doesn't happen just because an instrument can play loudly and play softly. That won't do it. It's other characteristics, actually. I'm going to compare it with a Suzuki SCX that's been customized with serious covers, and you will hear it. Let's do the Psardo first. I'm going to start off with the most quiet volume I can do, then take it up to a pretty high one, and then bring it back down into control, and you'll hear it. Suzuki. I played with them both with the same skill, the same control of breath, but you could hear that the Psardo offered me many, many more gradations of volume over the total low to high volume arc. So it's, the arc of responsiveness. And the Suzuki, while a good instrument, has a shorter arc. There are fewer gradations possible under control. This is one of the most complex issues of chromatic harmonicas that I'm aware of. I haven't heard people talk about it too much. It has to do with how the harp responds as you request various volumes from it. I would say the Psardo has the advantage, it's a huge arc, but it also can take a little bit more breath. So, there's a little bit of a trade-off there, but with a mic, you can opt to just never approach the high volume levels. You just play a smaller portion of the arc, which still would give you more gradations. Any portion of the arc on a very, very sensitive instrument will give you, any volume grouping will give you more control. Not just the whole thing, but any part of it would also give you. If you took a third of it, that third's got more control. I feel that one of the areas that we don't do a lot with in chromatic harmonica is dynamic control, volume control. Whereas if we were a violinist or a cellist or an oboe player or a flautist, a flute player, or even a guitarist or even a pianist, they do a lot with control of what's called dynamics. I've even had professional players that are well-known call me for some help, and I'll ask them to play something at a very low volume. They can't do it. They don't practice, ever playing something very gently, I don't do it. Now, if you don't practice it, you're not going to have that skill on your instrument, no matter what the instrument is. So anyway, I thought arc of responsiveness, that would be something that you would be interested in knowing about. And it's always something, by the way, having an airtight harp improves your control, because on a non-airtight harp, the first part of the airflow doesn't do anything at all except leak on every note. So it would be like fingers that instead of being this long, they come down like that, because the harp doesn't do anything with low volume. It can't really respond. Both of these harps are airtight because the Suzuki was customized. Big difference in price too. That's a fact. Anyhow, so I'd say that might be something you want to look at with your own instrument and begin to practice at low volumes very gently, and you'll find that it's harder to keep low volume under control than it is medium or high volume. It is harder to play with true dynamic control, but you will find that it will bring you more sensitivity to your playing and thus more options for artistic expression.